Hello everyone, and welcome back to another cast. We're here with our good friend BNice92, the MMR monster himself. And we're going to be checking out a game that was played just the other day, so current patch. And our hero is going to be playing Van Cleef. Interesting choice there. I think a lot of people would consider Daryl to be the stronger choice. The stronger hero. Very, very close. Daryl requiring a little bit more APM, but both of those heroes being very kind of high action heroes. Got to think pretty quick, got to move pretty quick as well. And let's see where we get to start. Rockpool Hunter. I think Rockpool Hunter versus Vulgar Homunculus. Bit of a personal choice. Vulgar Homunculus, of course, going to set you up a bit better positionally, I think, over the next couple of turns. You might be able to find some good pieces to go with a large taunt. Rockpool Hunter, though, a little bit better with other Rockpool Hunters, a little bit better with a lot of those 2-star Murlocs. Once we get to 2 stars, things do start to open up a bit more. We get our War Leaders, Cold Light Seers, these kinds of things. And that's where having an extra Murloc body on board could be quite useful. Now let's see if our hero goes for anything exciting in kind of really early aggressive play. And there is another Rockpool Hunter there. Now, does he freeze? He does go for the freeze, so I think the reason doing that, as BNice is likely explaining here, is we do have an alley cat on board. Next turn we're going to be at 5, so it will allow us to pick up the alley cat, sell the token, and then buy this other Rockpool Hunter. Compared to just letting it reroll, buying a potential 2-star minion, I think that play is going to be about as good as most of the 2-star minions that you could get. It's going to use our money efficiently. It's going to leave us with half of an alley cat on board as well, which is going to let us use our money even better in the future. And of course, Van Cleef is one of those heroes that is heavily money-based. There's the War Leader as well. So is he going to go for the Alley Cat and the War Leader or the Rockpool Hunter? I think regardless, the other one's probably going to get picked up. Difficult decision. Sells the main Alley Cat. Very funny. That's something that I've been doing a bit more lately as well. Just to stop myself from goofing up the positioning and stuff against someone like Rafarm. There is a Rafarm in this game. And selling the Alley Cat to use the hero power. So that's a very, I wouldn't say aggressive move. It's a very temporary power level move. We're selling a token, which is 1/1 worth of power, to apply 2/2 worth of power. That's probably going to be a bit more useful in the late game, but it is going to cost us that dollar. Ooh, and some terrible trades there. Yuck. BNice could have, of course, performed the exact same trick next turn with the whatever 2 purchases here, but this does give him a bit more flexibility to potentially reroll. Not going to go for that though. Already we've got a really nice muscular board. Biazzle, Bunny Pot, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. Back at work tomorrow? Unfortunate. Holidays are only temporary. Okay, curator board here. Not looking too strong. Probably not going to win this one. See if we can clear off a bunch of tokens. Yeah. Do end up going down to the Harvest Golem. That is tough, and I think Van Cleef is one of those heroes that does want to have a really good life total going into that 3 and 4 star part of the game. We want to try and find things like the Cave Hydra. We want to find some Cave Hydras, Cobalt Guardians, these kinds of things. These are the perfect targets for our hero power, but looking like we're just doing some mid-game Murloc stuff. As we've said before, certainly don't have to commit to going full Murlocs. you can always... it's definitely a strategy that provides a lot of temporary power, and you can certainly move out of it. But that being said, we are putting a lot of our value, a lot of our hero power value into these Murlocs. So this could be a Murloc game. Exciting. I think Murlocs is definitely a fun strategy to watch. It does rely on you making it to the late game, but in the late game, it is one of the most rock solid boards. Very hard to beat a board full of poisonous Divine Shield minions. We got a game launch this month, so the holiday was short-lived. Yuck. You know nothing of the crunch. Okay, let's go to 3. So, maybe thinking about it? No, going to 3. The Zubot just for the +1? Okay. So very open-ended kind of mid-game here. Got a couple of potential triples with the Rock Pool and the Zubots. This next turn is going to be real exciting. I think this is where we're going to develop the strategy. That Cobalt doesn't have a Divine Shield on it. If we can get a good trade with that Murloc War Leader... unfortunately not. Yeah, so we are still getting chipped away. Still want to stay above 20. Above 20 I think is still good. But now, let's see what happens. It's going to be exciting. Cobalt? Interesting. Maybe Cobalt and Noyo get that Divine Shield on there. No, maybe looking for a Harvest Golem. Something a bit more tasty. Well, that's pretty tasty. It's going to buff up our Zubots. It's going to... we're going to be able to pick up a Replicating Menace. No, selling the Zubots. Picking up the Replicating Menace. So, not... And going for the Replicating Menace on the Cobalt. It's really curious. I think a lot of people would have strapped the Replicating Menace to one of those Zubots, strapped it to the Leaper, but I think this is maybe the right play if we don't think, like, this is a very non-committal way to use this Cobalt. Possibly still thinks that maybe this Murloc strategy still has a bit more legs, or maybe that is has a bit more potential than the Cobalt going down the mech strategy. I like it. Staying open. Where do we get our Divine Shield? Oh, unlucky. Very unlucky. I was about to say maybe we should be putting the Cobalt before the Selfless. And it comes back to bite him. This looks pretty dire, yeah, especially with the dogs coming out with the Commander on play. With the Commander still in play. And we are getting beaten up here. See what we can clear off. Maybe a trade with the... no, the Shredder. Ooh. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm definitely still trying to work out optimal positioning. Yeah, I think there's even still plays within positioning that are, you know, like I said, we said before, risk-reward. We're putting that Selfless behind the Cobalt. Does leave you a bit more prone to it dropping onto a bad thing. Or rather, it leaves you less prone to dropping on a bad thing. Having it first is better against opposing Divine Shield taunts, but does leave you open to potentially missing out on that Death Rattle. But we're at 15. 15 is still okay. I think especially with a board like this, with these more muscular boards, as we say, you're not super likely to take massive damage. But that being said, it might not be muscular enough. We might not be swole enough. We are paired against the AFK, who is actually potentially AFK. He can get dunked. Anything on board? Nothing on board. They were actually AFK. See, when you get AFK, I always say, you know, when you get AFK, go for a stretch, get a drink some water, stay hydrated. Actually you have to come back to the game after that. All right, let's roll. Ooh, Piloted Sky Golem. What would we sell though? The Selfless Defender? Is it worth it? Definitely goes okay with the Cobalt. Adds a bit more power to the board. Oof. Leapers. Not doing much for us. Psychotron. Psychotron add a good taunt to the board. Maybe thinking just buff all of these lads. Getting them above 4 power. Probably going to mean they're not going to... Getting above 4 toughness, rather. Means they're likely not going to trade with unbuffed minions. Oh, and there's the triple, so... Definitely crossing our fingers here that we can maybe get away with a draw, maybe get away with a win. And then look to hopefully get some power out of this triple. Even have the potential really extremely greedy play of leveling up to 5 next turn, taking that old Murloc and looking to try and get sneaky discover a Megazord. Ooh, some okay trades here. Sucks to lose that War Leader. We might be able to pull this one out, depends on how hard that Wrathweaver goes. Clearing these tokens up at no cost. That's okay. 4, 7. Ooh, we could get the draw here. Yep, there it is. Oh, lucky. Very, 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 very lucky. Managing to clear out all those tokens in just the right way, not having them trade with any of those last 2 minions. Oh, we were 1 short. Well, math isn't my forte. It was close though. Right? Close counts. Is going for this greedy play. Alright, let's see that Megazord. Get your bless RNGs in chat. Miss. Faux Reaver though. Faux Reaper. Not the worst. Especially at this stage of the game. People might not be expecting huge cleaves. And the Faux Reaper is the huge cleave. Ooh, baby, a triple. Yeah. Now we are against Neff. Doing a bit of repositioning in case Neff's using that hero power, making sure that Piloted Sky Golem's first. Thinking about the concede. Yeah, there it is. Our Void Lord. Only 2 tokens though. We do get a Shredder. What comes out of the Shredder? More mechs. This is very dicey. That's a huge old Murloc. Already above 30 health. But it looks like we have the beans to do it. Very nice. Okay. Comeback potential. We got a real match. Ooh, Hydra. We already have a cleave on board, so I don't think that Hydra is going to do too much. Just going to reroll. Baron. No, looking for Murlocs. We are in there with going deep on the Murlocs, and there's the War Leader. Nice triple. Let's see that Megazord. There she is, the most beautiful dinosaur in the world. Reroll? Yeah. Ooh. What are you thinking? Death rattles or attack? Taunt. Interesting. So taunt's going to mean that is it not Stonehill Defender? The minion that buffs all of your taunt minions is going to be a bit better for us. Get some more stats. The plus attack. At this stage, plus attack usually doesn't come into play. Though that being said, we have been seeing a lot of boards that are very thick. Some big boys in there, some big stats. So maybe the plus attack would have helped. But we'll see if the taunt goofs our opponents up. Giving that War Leader taunt does kind of suck. But we are up against the corpse of the Curator. It looks like this one's going to be pretty straightforward. Yeah, pretty straightforward win. 5 left. We only need to survive 1 more. And we get into our top 4, which I will say is a very good clawback. And that's kind of what Murlocs do. You know, we have a fair bit of power in that really early game. Lose quite a lot of that once we get into that deep 3-star, 4-star level. But if you manage to survive, you can come through and punch with a lot of these just absurd boards. Let's see how absurd Be Nice can get it. Just thinking about a buy here, thinking about maybe a buy and a hero power. Try and set up for next turn to roll through. Maybe find another Begurgle. It's a tight game. Is going for that buy. Freezing this board. What does he want out of this board? The Void Lord? Does he want the Void Lord? This is real wild. I hope that we live through this turn so we get to see what happens. It's a good trade there. Get a little bit of value out of that cleave. Big hit. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Not killing that floating watcher by 1. Hopefully we can kill it with a... well, we will get it with one of our microbots. So, yep. That trade means that we are in there. If the Cobalt Guardian had hit the watcher, would have ended up with a draw, as we would have traded some 1/1s. This is good. Doing some damage. We like that. Now, what's going to happen? What was the plan? What was the strategy here? Okay. I think, unfortunately, the stream is muted, but I think we can probably assume from those mouse motions there that Be Nice is thinking, we're up against the Curator Corpse, we beat it before, our board's only gotten better, so let's actually be greedy, use this opportunity to level up, start seeing some more potential Megazords. Unfortunately, we don't get to see what that freeze plan was, what he was thinking with that board there. But I think this is a much better position to be in. Very surprised that we haven't managed to get the triple on the rock pools. Let's see how this should go the same way that it did. Absolutely. And we have our top 4. Let's see how far we can push it. There's the Strong Shell Scav. Toxfin, nice. Who are we going to Toxfin up? Maybe one of these the weaker rock pools. Bit indecisive here. Is going to buff the bigger rock pool, maybe thinking that he might have to sell it. May as well have, or sell the weakest one. Screwjank's going to buff us up. No dice here. Send it back. Send it back. There it is. Get that rock pool. Let's see another Megazord. Where is it? Ah, there she is. And what do we get? Wind Fury? Plus health? Plus health. I think Wind Fury, definitely the buff that you want once you already have the Divine Shields, once you've already got those big stats. I think Wind Fury possibly a little bit overrated. A little bit overrated. Obviously, if you've got like a Bran on board and you can safely secure a lot more of those buffs, that's fine. Really looking for those Divine Shields as poisonous, even just the stats. Death Rattle, I think. Death Rattle thinks okay. Definitely one of the rarer ones. How are we looking on this? Ooh, not great. Big cleave. Oh, there he is. We're definitely not getting away with a win here. But let's see how many of these tokens we can clear up. Is that enough to not die? Is our opponent's only on 4. So he would have lived if they were on 5 or lower. Lucky chance. Now we just got to convert. Just straight up selling the Megazord already. We're rolling deep, he says. This turn. Another Toxfin, very good. Ooh, Metaltooth Leaper. I guess that is... Cobalt and Faux Reaver are the two that you do want to buff the most. One more roll. So, not the greatest. I think it's... we certainly could have hoped for better, but doing quite a lot with what we've been given. Still 4 players left, and everyone is on that kind of like magic pixel, except maybe Yogg. I think everyone is probably going to die if they take an L here. Luckily, when we don't hinge too much on Divine Shield, so we might actually have... Oh, that's a great trade for us, leaving a big poisonous minion. Oh no. Opponent with terrible targeting. Not the greatest cleave there. We do have some stats, yep. Oh, and the Microbots come out to finish the job, carrying the flags. Carrying the Be Nice flag. But yes, we got some very nice trades there. Our opponent's huge minions hitting all of our 2 poisonous minions. A Noyo. Like to see where this Noyo is going to go on the Faux Reaver. Ooh, there's another Replicating Menace. I think Replicating Menace is a good idea, though we might just want to add 2 proper minions to the board. I think Replicating Menace on the Faux Reaver is... Ooh, no. Wants more shots at hitting those really high value minions, those Megazords, and other such things. We are up against Yogg. I believe we were struggling with slightly. They had a very strong board. Light Fang. Light Fang. Desperate times call for desperate measures. It's going to be clutch. Game of skill. The King's game. Well, let's see. On 3, yep. So any loss is going to kill either player. But this board, I don't know. This doesn't feel like a finisher board. It's good, but let's see what he's got. Ooh. If we can get lucky and have that Watcher hit one of our poisonous taunts, might be okay. Oh, there's one of the large lads gone. It's okay. As long as this poisonous minion's up. Into the token clearing time. We really... That's Be Nice is alluding to. And we need that Screwjank to clear that Divine Shield. Oh, no. I'm not sure if we can do it without that. That's pretty good. And now we're on 16 health, so... That means we're going to trade with that, and then we're not going to have the gas to clear the Floating Watcher, and that is going to be GG. Supremely well played by our hero Be Nice here. I think as we saw, taking a lot of early pain, getting chipped away at, especially in Murlocs. I think Murlocs, you usually, in that kind of really early 2-star, 3-star situation, you're usually the aggressor. You're usually the one doing the beatdown. So to come back from, 15, 10 health, and really not be in a great situation, to get that second, just shows some fantastic perseverance and some great decision making. I mean, you all saw we had the concede window up, ready to go, but managed to pull through. and get that second with some quick thinking. And I think that's pretty important, especially if you're going Murlocs or you think you want to go Murlocs. You don't want to just re-roll yourself to death looking for all those fishy lads. A little bit lucky as far as, we did take a lot of pain, which meant we got paired against some ghosts. We used the opportunity when paired against those ghosts to take some greedy lines, and it certainly paid off. Really, really paid off. So hopefully this is a bit of a lesson, bit of a learn if you find yourself kind of getting into similar situations and not being able to claw your way out. Well, now you know that you can, and hopefully this has given you some tools to do so. Anyway, I've been Tommy Wave. This has been Be Nice, of course. Please go check them out. The stream, Be Nice 92, over on Twitch. Fantastic EU player. And yeah, until next time, stay safe, stay wavy. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.